Swastiastu. Hello everyone, thank you for the chance that given to me. So in this occasion, I would like to explain to you about teaching descriptive text using mind mapping. Alright, so in this video, here I emphasize writing skills and also speaking skills. But before I'm going further, I would like to explain to you on why I choose writing as the main skill that I would like to develop to my students. So writing is a skills which need to be comprehended in every steps of learning. So as a learner, they need to know the linguistics, the discourse, and also the social linguistics, so that they can be a good writer then. And after that, they need also to know the steps of the writing, since the pre-writing, drafting, and also revising. So after they know the steps of the writing itself, students will be able to be a good writer, and they also can produce the text with a good grammar and structure. Alright, before I'm going further again, here I would like to introduce myself. My name is Putu Loviyani, and I'm from English Language Educations, and you can call me Miss Nia. Alright, here I have some strategies that I want to introduce to you. First, I have mind mapping, I have place strategy, I have TAD, I have powers, I have descriptive movie, and guided writing through symbol. But here I just only want to point at one strategy, and that is mind mapping. Alright, so in these occasions, I have four things that I would like to explain. First is about mind mapping, the second is the features, and the third is the simulations, and the fourth is the strength and the weakness of mind mapping. We'll go one by one, and the first is mind mapping. So I think most of you know what is mind mapping itself because we always use it. Like since the kindergarten, we try to draw something and we try to cover up our ideas in a piece of paper and drawing everything like it comes up on our mind. So mind map is a strategy for taking note of topics before writing. So like pictures that I showed to you here. So mind mapping, like we have the branch and also the branches after that, and with different colors, so we know which one is the main branch and which one is the least, so that when we write something, we know which one will go first, second, third, and the last. So like here, the mind mapping consists of benefits, planning, creativity, productivity, and collaborations. So when we produce a mind map, either we produce it by ourselves or maybe with our team, so it have their benefits, like a lot of overview when we make it with our friends, like we have easy to memorize, like when we read something and we make the mind map, it's easy to understand that, and simple, fast, and fun. And after that, we have collaborations. With teamwork, we can share the ideas so we can engage our colleagues. And after that is productivity, more efficient and also intuitive, because we just strictly put everything, our ideas in a piece of paper. And after that, it's kind of like a planning because these projects have the goals, which is we produce a text, which is when we write something, the strategy will help us to build our creativity, to build ideas, innovations, and also to spread our thoughts. So the second part is features. Here I would like to tell you about the procedure of mind maps. So first of all, we need to divide the groups of our students. So here, the student will be divided into several groups. So they will work with their groups, and then the teacher will give brainstorming. So like they need to pick one topic, so they will not go anywhere because they only strike one to the point itself. And after that, they must write the main idea. When they have to brainstorming, they produce the ideas, a lot of ideas. Just write down all of that in a piece of paper, and after that, they will got one main idea. After that, teacher might add some vocabularies and the students too, so they can like going straight and not going anywhere with the big mind ideas, but the branches will help them to produce the text, whether the benefits will going to the positive or maybe to the disadvantages, or maybe they want to go to the first aspect or the second aspect. And of course, the teacher also need to define the responsibility of the students, whether one of that make the mind map, one of that producing the ideas, and and others giving more ideas for the writer itself. It continues to as a teacher to supervise. So teacher need to maintain the students, whether all of the member of the group making the mind maps or not, whether they understand the matter or not. And after that, teacher also will make sure about the responsibility itself of the students. And after that, the leader also need to organize how the teamwork is work in the group and how they finish their task. After that, the teacher need to be the example, like giving the example on how to create a mind map and how to bring the mind map itself to the next step, which is writing to create the text itself. After that, after we create the draft, after we create the first text, we need to recheck it again, like the grammar, the structure, the vocabulary, or the punctuations and others. And after that, they can revise, and after that, they can collect it to the teacher. All right, so before I go to the simulations, I would like to tell you a bit about the principle in teaching writing skills. Based on Quarter 5, 2016, there are principles of writing. So there are 7 skills. So the first is the sentence should be coherent. So as a writer, they need to make sure the sentence is coherent, whether it has the subject, the verb, the adjective, and so on. And second one, they need to then make sure that the important things must come first. Like when they go to read news in a newspaper, they need to when we see the headlines of the news, it must be the important one. So it makes us makes sense to read the news itself, make us interesting to read that. And the third one, being simple but meaningful. So when a writing a text is simple and meaningful, a reader will not feel bored to read our text. Fourth, we need to make our writing structure, because when we put the less important news at the first one, the reader feel that this news is not important. But if we put it at the first one, it's the important one, the reader will feel that it's important, so I need to read it more, and I will have a lot of information from this news. And the fifth one is use the active voice. So to keep the engagement between the writer and also the reader, the a writer need to use the active voice. When the writer use the active voice, so a writer will feel that a writer and the reader feel link between them, so they know what is the text is talking about. And the sixth one is avoid hype and strong claims. As a good writer, there is no any claims, so there's only a fact in the writing. If you want to deliver some opinions, it's different. The place is different, especially if you want to deliver a news or maybe a research. And last but not least, recheck the grammar. It's a must for every writer. You need to recheck the grammar itself, so you will be a good writer and the reader will feel comfortable when read your text. All right, I have brought you a lot of background knowledge. So I hope you understand about what is writing and how to apply the mind mapping itself. So we're going to apply the simulations. So here I would like to simulate you on how to apply mind mapping in classroom, on how a teacher should be act to the students itself on doing mind mapping. All right, so we are going to start from the opening activity. Good morning, students. All right, so happy to see you today. So come back with me, Miss Nia, and today we're going to talk about descriptive text. So happy. So I'm so happy that knowing all of you are present today. So nobody left behind with today's information, which is really beneficial for all of you. All right, so before we start our class today, let us pray together. Pray, start. Pray ends. All right, so we're going to start this class today with a bit of brainstorming. So, I'll show you a picture. What do you think about the picture? Like, what's available on the picture? Yes, you see a sun, there is park, um, there is a balloon, there is trees, and it's look green and cheerful, right? Okay, all right, that's a good description. Next, I have some pictures. All right, so what is that pictures? Yes, that's a kid with which bring book and also pen. What is the shirt color? Yes, it's blue. How about the shirt? Yes, it's red. And how about the hair? Yes, it's brown. And it's straight. Okay. How about the expressions? How does the child look like? Yes, happy. He feels happy to learn. Good. All right, so how about the plant? How you describe a plant? It have a 6 leaves, okay, and growth well. Good. How about this one? What is that? Okay, that's a cat. Maybe. Yes, what is the color? It's brown. Okay. So, what does he like? What it looks like? Okay, it looks cute, alright. So, how you explain to me is how you describe something. So, when we're describing something, what is it called? What is the text like we describing something? Yes, that is descriptive text. So good. Good students. Okay, students, today we're going to talk about descriptive text. So descriptive text is a text that explains about whether a person or an object is like, whether its form, its properties, its amount, and others. So the purpose of descriptive text is to describe, represent, or reveal a person or an object, either abstract or concrete. Okay, so how about the structures of descriptive text? All right, this is the example. So descriptive text has two main structures. The first is identifications, and the second one is descriptions. So on identifications, this text is explaining the general thing of the descriptions. As an example, I have a classmate. Her name is Diana Clarissa, and her nickname is Diana, and she comes from America. That's how we identify someone. And going to the descriptions, we elaborate more. What is the things about Diana, and how does she look like? So we go to the descriptions is she's a beautiful girl, she is tall and has straight hair. She also has round eyes and the color is brown. She has tan skin, she is very talkative and kind. And you also can end the descriptive text with a concluding sentence. Maybe like, I love her so much, or she is my best friend, like that. Alright, so how about the language features of descriptive text? The first is specific participants. So, as the first example of descriptive text I've given to you, so the specific participants is Diana. Alright, okay? So specific participant is a certain object which is not common and unique and only one. For example, Borobudur Temple or maybe Uncle Jim if you want to describe them. Okay. And the second language features is adjective. Most of the descriptive text using adjective to elaborate and also explain the object of the text, like to clarify the noun. For example, a beautiful beach, a handsome man, the famous place in Japara, and etc. The third one is simple present tense. So this tenses is usually used to tell the fact or the object described or maybe about habits. So because this text is very simple and mostly got in you got in seventh grade of junior high school. So basically it's very simple and very easy. And the last language feature is action verb. Action verb is verb that shows an activity, for example, run, sleep, walk, cut, and etc. Alright, so we're going to go to the main activity of today's class. So here I show you a word, and that is place. What comes on your mind about place? Okay? Yes, it might be holiday. Yes, a place for holiday. Maybe about memories like the memorable place. Maybe a place for study when you remember your school. Or maybe, again, you thought about holiday. Yes, maybe you got a holiday in park or maybe in at a zoo. Yeah? So this is called mind mapping. So first of all, you need to thought about the specific things. Like I will give to you like this is place. You need to uh brought your memories and what your on your mind about place. Maybe about a holiday, memories, study, or maybe place for buy something. It's up to you. And after that, you need to specify your topics. Maybe you want to go to the park, go to the zoo, to the market, hospital, school, and many other places. Okay, after you choose one topic, I want you to write a descriptive text about that place. Okay, the conditions, the people, like the weather, and also your activities at that place and what is the things on that place. After you finish doing this task, I will give you for about maybe 10 until 20 minutes to do this. Since from the making the mind mapping and also trying to produce the text of descriptive text. It's not too long, so maybe just only 1 until 2 paragraphs. Okay, it's very simple. So you just need to write a simple descriptive text about place. Okay, just one place. Okay, and then describe it. Describe it. Okay. All right, you have finished your task to write your descriptive text. Okay, just collect it at my table. Alright, here I want to show you one example of descriptive text. So, the identifications of this descriptive text is, the title is Borobudur. So, Borobudur is known as Hindu Buddhist temple. Okay, and it has 4 descriptions. Borobudur is influenced by Gupta architecture of India. The first 5 terraces are square and surrounded by walls adorned with Buddhist sculptures in bas relief. The entire edifice is crowned by a large stupa and Borobudur temple, which is dedicated as an Indonesian monument. Okay, that's one example of descriptive text. Okay, so this is the time for performance. Okay, I'm so excited to watch you to perform about your descriptive. So, yes, I will not tell you before because I'm so excited. So now I want you to hold your paper. Okay, I hope you make it by yourself. So right now, I would like you to perform your descriptive tags, maybe just to read a bit in front of the class, and I will assess your scores. Okay, the highest will get bonus point. Okay, so who will try first? The first one will get the bonus point. Okay, please. All right, that was a great performance. Okay, you use a great intonations, and then you also fluency. Your fluency is good, and your pronunciation is also good. That's a great performance. Okay, for other students, you may learn from him and also try to be better. Okay, everyone has their own chance to speak. Okay. Okay, you also can train your speaking skills and reading skills at home. All right, because I have watched all of you with your descriptive text. It's really lovely, and I really love all of your descriptions. Some of you describe schools as a place for study, and maybe the teacher is a little bit scary. Some of you describe about hospital, about government place, about park, about zoo, and another places. That's really interesting, and I really love on how you describe the place. Okay, so I hope you understand about today's meeting, about today's material, about yes, about descriptive text. Okay, so we have learned about language features, about generic structures, about verbs, about adjective, okay, about speaking and writing. Okay, that's really good, students. Hope you understand. Is there any questions? Okay, not yet. Okay, if you have any questions, you don't need to be shy to contact me. Just contact me whenever you want. So I think that's all for today's meeting. Thank you so much for your attentions. And we will meet on another on next week, and we are going to talk about narrative text. Okay, that's all for today's meeting, and we will end this meeting with pray. So let the pray start. Pray ends. Okay, thank you for today's meeting. Goodbye. Alright, so that's about the simulations of using mind mapping on teaching descriptive text. But I would like to add a bit about the strength and the weakness of mind mapping. So because everything has their own strength and weakness, okay? So the strength of the mind maps is logic and imaginations. So from the mind of the students and how they imagine about the topic, they can create imaginations. So from the imaginations, they can link all of the ideas and they will create the writing itself, the text, and it can help the student to structure their ideas. So since the very beginning, the very general ideas, going to the branch and the branches and the very little branches, so they will structure it since the very general unto the specific things, so that after they structure their ideas, they can be a systematic writing. So the writing will be systematically uh, the result. Okay, the result will be systematic, so it will help the students to easy to classify their ideas from the mind mapping itself. But the mind map also has their weaknesses. So first, some students feel it's hard to make a mind maps. Why? Because they found that it's hard to express their ideas. It's hard to write their ideas. They feel shy. They feel afraid to make mistakes. But as a teacher, the teacher need to motivate the students. Teacher need to make sure that the students are not afraid to make mistakes. So just let them write everything they want to write on their paper. And the second one, some students feel it's cost time and energy. Yes, everything in this world costs time and energy because they need to do some effort when they want to achieve something, right? So the teacher need to make sure they know these things. They need to motivate the students to be more, uh, to push themselves to be more active to write. And some students also find it bored to write. But when a teacher are able to make the students feel excited, so feel that they can imagine anything on their writing activity, they'll find that writing is a good activity to express their self. Okay? It doesn't mean an introvert or extrovert, but all of the students can do it. Okay, so this is the big homework for the teachers and also for the students to maintain themselves on how they will uh, be a great writer and also be a good students to know writing, because each skills of the English is link each other. When they are bad in writing, they can also impact another skills. All right, that's all my presentations and my material about teaching descriptive text using mind mapping. So I hope all of you are understand about the material, and if you have any other questions, you can easily contact me on Instagram or maybe from WhatsApp. That's all. Thank you.